Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to On Point. We are back. We were off last week, just getting a little tad bit of rest after POG. But we're so glad that you joined us this morning. Please do us a favor and share at this time. Tag somebody, get somebody on. As we go through topics and discussions about culture, life, Bible, and everything. Good morning, sir.
What's happening?
I'm okay. How you doing?
All right.
We are here. Yep.
Just trying to get here, but
It happens. It happens.
if I don't want to get here in a hurry, not one light catches.
Every light's green.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to get
no traffic.
Here. Yeah. Every light's red.
Yep. Drive behind the slowest person in the
breaking
world.
down. Yeah. Just I don't know why it turns out that way.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. For those of you who joined us during the Power of God convocation, we'd also like to hear from you today. Give us a call. Let us know how you were blessed by the 3-day meeting. We're getting amazing reviews from all over the country. Really interested to see what kind of international numbers we had for those 3 days, and looking forward to hearing how God blessed you, how it impacted you during the 3 days of Power of God last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We had an amazing time. Began every day with prayer.
Yep.
And those prayer services set the tone for the day. I was telling Bishop Anthony that we had not, at least the two of us had not spoken, and I had not spoken to him as to how we were going to handle the prayer.
Yeah.
And I found it just like the Holy Ghost, that we all came in with a brief lesson on the subject, scripturally, move of God, and we watched that thing build from Wednesday to Thursday to Friday. I'm thinking next year that the word will already be out, and we'll start even bigger prayer service. And it was just some soft music in the background, some scripture, and then bang.
Bang, bang. Prayer, anoint people.
Yeah, man.
It was quick, but it was powerful.
Oh, man.
Just,
and people were, they were vibrant.
yeah.
And it reminded me of the slight change we made to our Fellowship of Church meetings. And how just a slight change of worship to kick off the weekend. That period of worship, and then fellowship. And then information and education. It changed the whole tone of the meeting.
The whole entire thing.
Yeah, and it became viral among the participants because they no longer felt like they were ministering in silos. Music people over here, drama people over here. It was a synergy, I think.
It was.
That was created.
It was really good.
A lot going on.
At least to say.
I don't know how we cannot have a however long discussion regarding the Black Embarrassment Network, Black Embarrassment Television.
What did they do? I didn't.
BET.
I didn't know. What did they do?
What it looked like to me was an America's top black strippers. That's what it looked like. If it's supposed to represent culture, I don't want to understand how shaking your behind, being virtually naked, how every singer who really were performers tried to make a difference with 3/4 of their behind shaking at the camera for the dominant portion of their performance. And it was time after time after time after time. In addition to the fact that, I've been a Will Smith fan for a long time. He embarrassed himself internationally at the Oscars. Now he's seeking a gospel audience. But the imagery was him in hell. And then Kirk Franklin and them come along and trying to sanctify the whole thing. But the bottom line is, okay, so now you need an additional customer base, viewer base. So now you're going to give this picture of you in a pit surrounded by rocks and fire with a you can make it type of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so it's screaming, I've been in hell since this, so, what God's going to bring me out. My issue, why you grabbing hold of God now? And I'm a fan of Will Smith. I'm looking at it like, that imagery is a little questionable. Now, he had a choir in the background, was supposed to legitimize the whole thing. But if it wasn't hell he was depicting, ice cream ain't ice cream.
I was thinking about it the other day. I think going to your first thing, going to Will Smith.
Yeah.
Is that
because I got to go back to the strip club.
You talking about the award show?
Yes.
Okay. So back in the day, you had sexual content along with conscious content, regular content. All of it was acceptable in the sense of people listen to them.
It wasn't over the top.
It wasn't over the top.
Okay.
Yeah. As time went on, marketability became more important than messaging.
Well, who are they marketing to?
But it goes back to the audiences. You start seeing this more in the 90s. A Public Enemy couldn't exist now at the size they were in the late 80s because they're conscious rap. They were calling out the police, calling out the government. Even like certain love songs, you don't really hear a love song anymore. Everything is just shake you behind, I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah. It's lust songs, not love songs.
Yeah, it's all about.
Okay. And we're not square Christians.
No. It's the imbalance.
Let's get that out there.
Yeah, it's the imbalance. It's all about marketability. Sex sells. So the more you put that out there, like BET, they used to have this big show. I can't remember the name of it now. It was like a news show for young people.
Yep.
And once the black guy that sold it to whoever owned it now, Viacom, they took all that stuff out, and it's just all.
Just like they suddenly had a problem when Usher was doing his thing about fathers and suddenly the sound went out.
Okay, I missed. I
didn't
Now, I didn't watch it.
They had sound for everything else all night. Yeah. He gets up and a little social consciousness. Dads ought to be like this. I was glad I had this kind of. All of a sudden, sound.
I know they posted the whole thing online for everybody to watch it.
Now he was cussing a little too much. I didn't understand that. Yeah. But maybe he was mad because that girl came down and was kind of flirting with his wife while she was singing.
Oh, but Usher shouldn't be mad about that because he does that at his own shows.
It's different when somebody that does it to your woman.
He does everybody's woman.
So I mean, he does everybody's woman, but this woman came down and was up in her face.
Coco Jones,
Yeah. So, but let me get back to what I was saying. So I'm watching the repetitiveness of this overexposure. It made me think of the fact that a lot of our women, and we're talking black women now because that was the black entertainment television, supposed to be a display of black culture. And I wondered, A, why did the participants decide that this was the only way to present themselves? 2, I never saw any real singers like Whitney Houston, blah, 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 blah.
You're not.
Which means they were compensating with the other stuff for the fact that they were performing and not really singers, okay? I watched what looked to me like a hopeless group of women over-sexualizing themselves, but did not want to be over-sexualized by anybody else. I don't think you can purposely leave the house looking like a hooker and not get the reaction that hookers get. So I'm watching this thing, and I'm saying, are the women that are projecting our culture this hopeless? Is there nothing else that they have going on except, let me see how, some of the outfits I saw were literally naked underneath stuff that didn't leave anything to the imagination. When did walking around with your vagina exposed become okay?
It's
and why don't they wear the stuff to the Grammys and the Oscars?
Well, some of them do. Some of them do.
Not at what I saw.
Some of them. Not some of the crazier ones.
Ridiculously.
But it goes back to sex sells, over the top, and what it really is a couple things. It's the guys, because the some of the guys that are talking about this help perpetuate this.
Absolutely.
So their music videos is full of
Because they're
sex.
in it for the money.
The money. And the girls start saying, I can do the same thing. I know.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
Will you get another Whitney, Aretha, all those women out of this group?
No.
Or are they only going to be famous for the 15 minutes of fame?
It's all about who they can market, not about the talent.
Okay.
Not about the talent. It's not
Okay.
about the talent at all.
So are women on that presentation of black culture turn themselves into a group of strippers with a band and a backup group, and that is supposed to represent what we think is black culture?
Yeah. No. I don't think it's black culture. But again, it's appealing to the worst base.
I was embarrassed.
Like all reality shows. It appeals to the
Yes.
worst base in the group.
But why are we customers of this nonsense? Here's my problem. I got to talk to the sisters today.
Yeah.
Why is drama, who's taking who's punching who in the face, whose butt is the most exposed, why is that entertaining to people in our culture? And why are they creating stuff? Because they know this about us. Yeah. So we can't say it's them, it's them, it's them.
No,
we're choosing to populate this stuff. I couldn't take it. Because I'm thinking, back when the folk used to be on there, I asked myself 10 minutes into it, and I had to watch a rebroadcast.
I'm surprised you gave 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, 10 minutes into it, after I saw the costumes, and that's what I'm calling them, costumes. Maybe 20 minutes of it. After I saw the costume, the red carpet thing was ridiculous to me. I was actually embarrassed. Because I'm saying, where is the glamour? Where is the elegance? Where's the sophistication? Where's the maturity? Where
that time gone.
We have none of that in our culture.
That time gone. No, we have it.
But it's not preferred.
It's not displayed.
It's square.
Yeah, it's not displayed. Yeah.
I was embarrassed.
Yeah. And some of the women who actually have talent, who do things but don't lead with their sexuality or obviously feel some type of way.
Because they have talent.
Because they actually have talent.
Absolutely.
But they pick who they can market.
I heard one lady, because I understand you're not supposed to call women females right now, which I don't get.
Well, that's only a certain select group. Right?
Okay, because, if they say males have to stay on the boat and females get in the lifeboat, you think they're going to say, call me a woman and then I'll get in the lifeboat? No. Thank you, I'm getting in the boat.
No.
Okay. So I saw one girl, and I say girl not derogatorily. I'm 72 years old, so a woman that's 25 appears to be a girl to me. All right, so just before I get, not that I care about being canceled, because I don't. The issue is 5 out of every 6 notes were flat or either dead when they came out of her mouth. But she's on a national program. But what's supposed to help her? The fact that she was half naked.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about, let me get in, get my money, do what I got to do. And that's really, really what it is. It's not about skill. It's not about skill and talent. It's based on singing. Can you dance? Can you move? Can you show your behind? And this has been slowly progressing.
I've seen it happen.
There's a
deterioration.
Yeah.
This ratchetness is no longer ratchetness. It is a qualifier now.
Yeah.
How much more ratchet can I get? So, because it's a competition now.
Yeah.
Who can shake it the most? Who's got the most? It looked like from the show, and I'm ranting. Okay. It looked like from the show that we are increasing the revenue in Brazil based on butt lifts. It looks like the GNP of Brazil is being partially financed by augmentations. You can't tell me. I used to think it was about glamour. It's competing with
competition.
the others.
Yeah, it's women have it from both sides. We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Men don't criticize other men's bodies like women criticize other women's bodies.
No, because they're not competing with them.
We're not walking around and they're competing.
We don't say that dress looks better on me than it looks on you. We don't say that.
I'm like, that's a nice suit. Where you get it from?
Nice
Right,
suit.
right.
I might go buy the
Right,
suit.
I'll go get the suit, yeah.
But I'm not going to say, yeah, doc, it look
Yeah,
better
look
on me
at
than
that.
doing. Come on. Only a woman sits there.
Right.
Only a woman would say that.
Yeah.
Which speaks of some inner corruption as it is.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's
Because I'm buying this stuff and then get mad because maybe another woman has the same dress. Now, you didn't have it made.
right.
You went to a store and got it.
Yeah, they made it from.
There's a couple 100,000 of them around the country.
I know.
But you get pissed when you see somebody walking around in it?
I know.
That's silly.
It is. But they're all trying to keep up with online.
Absolutely.
With followers.
Competition.
It's like one of them said, I want to thank all my fans. And this guy's like, we're not your fans. We're perverts. He's like, he's like, this ain't no fan. Because they wouldn't be following you if you wasn't showing all your stuff off.
The porn industry is calling OnlyFans soft porn.
Yeah.
They're calling the OnlyFans women porn workers, soft porn workers. But how do you talk about, I don't want to be over-sexualized when you're making your living?
Yep.
So you're supposed to do that, but be viewed as someone that's conservative in your taste and your pursuits?
Yeah.
No. 866-743. 8267 866-743 8267. The lines are lighting up.
The TV's not on your.
We don't have any screens out here, you all, so we don't know who's on the phone. So at first I thought I was having a generational reaction, but what I saw is the perspective you have. I'm watching from when BET started. No one tells us, I need you to come on there, I need you to act like a stripper. No one tells them that. They get to choose what they want to wear. So I'm watching this presentation, but this image of self deteriorate from a elegant, sophisticated, sexy group of women to this thing, which if you walked up to them and said something sexual, they would say you were being inappropriate. So what about you know a tree by the fruit that it bears?
Yeah. It's not about that. Okay. It's look past what you see and discover me as a person. But you see this on the streets, not even famous people.
You're revealing who you are by what you present.
Yeah. But there's this thought, in their eyes, there's this disconnect. If I'm always presenting my body, look beyond just my body. But if that's all you talk about, that's all you present.
That's all you're presenting, then that's what you're going to be judged on.
It's what it is.
You know a tree by the fruit that it displays.
Yeah.
And if you're dressing that way on TV, what kind of attention are you trying to get? And why are you upset when you get it?
Yeah.
You can't present yourself as a hooker and then expect to be treated like a nun.
But you know what's interesting though? To them, they win either way, because if they present that image, they get criticized by the image. Guess what they do? They start creating videos and content around the negativity, which brings more views.
Absolutely.
So to them, they win.
What are they winning now?
The money, but what they're not realizing is that their mental and their emotional state is their pursuit of money and fame at all costs is degrading their mental and their emotional capacity, and they're not paying attention.
Now watch this. So no one looks the same at 25 as they do at 45 or 50. But we live in an age where your images follow you.
Yeah.
So you're trying to change example, switches politician, let's go from female sex workers to male sex workers. Okay. So I'm watching Byron Donald on TV this morning, the politician. Okay.
Yeah.
So watching an interview that he has. And at 18, he was arrested and convicted for selling drugs, marijuana.
Yeah.
Now he's against a bill
I remember seeing it.
that would afford 18 and 19-year-olds the same advantage. Now his only qualifying point was that they weren't doing the same crime he was doing, so they didn't need the same consideration.
Clarence Thomas,
Okay.
2.0.
Okay.
But again, this is what makes me sick about those black conservative, not all black conservatives, let me qualify that.
Yep.
These extreme ones.
Yep.
You're doing all this stuff to down your community, to be accepted by a group of people that don't accept you anyway.
Amazing.
And you're selling yourself out.
Does he actually think that Trump is going to make him his vice president?
Or give him some cabinet position. For what?
He might as well had been in the bathing suit competition in New York while Trump was on trial. And some people don't know what I'm talking about. When all of them showed up with the same suit, same colored tie, same white shirt, I call that the bathing suit competition.
Yeah.
Outside the courthouse.
Smiling, kissing his behind.
Look, answering questions. It was a Miss Universe competition. It was a Miss America competition.
They have no shame at all.
Well, perhaps back to what we were talking about, is what we saw this week on the Black Embarrassment television network about dignity at all? So at what point do we realize that if you're conducting yourself that way, you can't expect a dignified reaction from the public?
Yep.
You know, I'm a person. Yes.
Yeah, you are.
What about we accept you for what you're displaying?
Yeah.
Not for what you want us to accept, but what you're displaying.
And if that's who you want to be,
good.
You have every right to be there.
Absolutely.
But don't get mad when people see you for who you present.
It's ridiculous.
I know. And you got boy, girl, same thing, boy and girl. And one of the hardest discussions, I won't say the hardest discussion, in this culture is telling our girls, I know the world is telling you can be just like him, but you cannot.
It'll destroy him later.
Yeah,
they won't be able to hold a good relationship together.
Yes.
Because they'll have no value for themselves.
Yes. Yep. And I'm not saying that we don't teach our boys character. I'm not saying the old school adage of let your boys be trifling.
No, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Because they're bringing home babies.
Yeah.
You know, their lives connected to this, to either behavior. There's lives connected to it.
Yeah.
So it can't be sow your wild oats and then find somebody to settle down with.
Yeah. You can't do
But
that.
here's the thing. If I hear a woman one more time say all men are dogs, because my new question is this.
Yeah.
Who are they being dogs with? Not each other.
Somebody's got to take responsibility. It's like we always hear, my exes. When you going to take responsibility for your choices?
Right.
If you got all these exes that did you dirty, male or female,
something's wrong with your choosing.
Chose that. Your picker's off. One lady, I heard her say, she was messed with dudes. They all did her dirty. So she messed with a woman. And the woman did the same thing that the men did. It ain't them. It's who you're choosing.
We X out the common denominator. And act like it's not in the fraction.
Yep.
All right, let's get to the phone.
Yeah.
Who's this, Robin? What?
I know. Is it hot here? Just me?
No, it's hot in here.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a
I'll be right
conversation
back.
or just us. I don't know. Robin, how you doing?
Well, this is Robin, Bishop.
All right, so
How
Tom,
you doing?
you hold on, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, you good. Go ahead, Tom. I'll get to Robin next. Go ahead. How you doing this morning?
Pretty good. How you doing, Pastor Nick?
He's doing good. He went to turn on a little air. We get a little sauna thing going on right now.
Bishop, you know, you being bishop and being a religious leader and then looking at your view on BET, I'm going to tell you, I heard two different radio personalities mirror exactly what you said.
Really?
Yes, and one made a comment that you're not going to be able to make. Said Tony Braxton has. You could see her. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, but you could.
The girl's
see parts
almost
of her body.
The girl's
you're not
almost
supposed
60
to
years
see.
old, man. She's almost 60.
Not only that, one of the comedians said, "Now these women don't want me to come up on the street because he said I'm a respectful man, but if I see a woman dressed like that, I'm going to say what I'm going to say." So what you were saying is reflected by a lot of people who may look at you and go, "Oh, well, you know, it's Bishop." No, regular guys on regular radio are saying, "What happened with the BET Awards and these women.
All you have to do, Tom, is look at the change in presentation over the years. And we went from a sophisticated, articulate, people who could express themselves with passion without cursing, without being insulting, elegance, sophistication, real beauty. We went from that to what I saw part of last week, and it showed me a decline, not just in presentation, but in who we think we are.
Shooting for the lowest common denominator.
Doc, don't insult the common denominator like that. There's got to be another way to describe lowest common.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that got me. Virtually every performance that had a female in it had the same centerpiece, which was somebody's behind shaking in the camera.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. Now, Bishop, I don't know how you're going to think this one, but Stephen A. caught a little smoke about the OJ part at the end.
The OJ part? I didn't get that far. Tell me about it.
Well, they did a tribute to Lou Gossett died, X died, this died.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they do
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the show, all people who died this past year, they honored OJ.
For what?
That's what Stephen A. wanted to know. So, he's got some smoke from real militants saying that OJ at one time was a great football player, and because he passed away this year, he needed to be, BET Awards needed to honor him.
Okay. All right.
And it was like, what? The point being, what was the BET Awards doing this year compared to how good they've been in the past?
Well, if you look at the change in consciousness and focus from the days when Johnson owned BET versus the days that are owned now, and I don't blame the leadership, has a lot to do with gates or whether the gates are open or locked. At the end of the day, what you watched is regardless. It's the new point system. I'll put my kid in Little League. He can't hit a T-ball. It's not the kid's skill. So instead of finding something the boy or the girl can do, I need you to give him a trophy for missing the darn T-ball every time. In other words, give me a trophy even when I don't perform well. So
everybody gets a trophy.
Yes, I loved OJ. I thought his performance athletically was amazing. I thought his breakthroughs in commercials and all was amazing. But you cannot ignore the fact that he could have worn that glove that he faked like he couldn't have put on at the trial.
Yeah.
And people, it wasn't about whether he killed the girl and the guy. It became about whether he was black or not. And that wasn't the issue. People died. People died. So we want to give him points, even though he killed some people? Come on.
I think the point was they could have just left it alone.
They should have just left him out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, none of us saw him in the Bronco driving around, eluding police. I mean, Johnny Cochran explained away the blood in the bathroom. I mean, the whole, okay, you didn't want him to get convicted, but don't make a saint out of him.
Yeah. And one more bit, and I'll get off here.
Yeah.
Did you see Reggie Jackson?
Yes. Yes.
I thought that was heartfelt. I thought that was. I liked the way he delivered it, and he didn't cry. And what I mean was giving whites who supported him praise, and just the whole way he delivered how it was. And somebody happened to say that wasn't that long ago. He's the same age as Biden.
Well, and here's the thing. Some of the stuff he went through, I went through.
Yeah.
I ate at separate counters in Virginia. I went to separate bathrooms in Virginia. It's not that far away from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Okay? I was given rules when I went to see my family in Florida as a boy. Don't do this, don't do that, don't look at this, don't look at that. I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
The Klan was on my grandparents' front yard. I've told this story many times. My journey goes from the Klan on the front lawn of my grandparents' home, and my grandfather and grandmother standing on the porch, my grandmother being told to go back in the house. My grandfather had his rifle in his hand, and she said, if you're going to die out here tonight, I'm going to die with you. And the guys in the hood backed up because Albert Prince told them, you might get me, but I'm going to get you, and you. It was a Wyatt Earp moment before Wyatt Earp was popular.
Wow.
To Martin Luther King and Abernathy and those guys eating breakfast, eating dinner, Sunday dinner, in my grandmother's kitchen in the Fairground Projects in Chester. That's where my journey goes. King, Abernathy, and those people in our kitchen on Sunday afternoon after church.
And people don't realize that's not yesteryear.
No doubt.
That is
now.
recent.
It's within the lifetime of people that are living.
And Bishop, I have a question. And you think, well, Tom, what do you think about something that crazy? You started in Summerdale. Well, you started before then.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't a big church in Summerdale. When did you get the big idea of that church there in Lindenwold? When did that vision hit you that you could do it?
It's what I call a need-based revelation. We ran out of room in Summerdale. We were tired of being harassed by the police in Summerdale and the government in Summerdale. We couldn't have church in peace.
Yep.
We were going 3 services in the morning and 1 service most Sunday nights, plus all the other stuff going on. And the neighborhood, watch this, was rejecting the only church in the neighborhood that was advocating for their children in school and feeding them when they couldn't afford to buy groceries.
Wow.
They wanted us out. Here's a funny story, but it's not funny. When we had church on Sundays, tow trucks used to circle the neighborhood like vultures, waiting to see if somebody's bumper was an inch over into the yellow that they had painted on the sidewalk. I pulled up at church one day, and they were putting no parking signs in front of the church.
Yeah. Yep.
But when we
it's
left,
all with the blessings of the police department, right?
Yeah. When we left, half a dozen businesses went out of business around us because we were no longer populating their businesses. The pizza parlor place, we used to order dozens of pizza for youth events. I mean, over and over again we were doing stuff. Wawa was across the street. Became a desert. So the deal is that as a church, we experienced some of this stuff, but it never stopped us from being integrated. Yep. And when we grew too much for the neighborhood, plus the harassment, we knew it was time to move.
No, I was just wondering where the vision came from, that's all.
Yep, that need.
But that's okay, I got it.
Need gave me the Polaroid.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Talk to you, man.
Hey, take care.
Bye-bye.
See you, Tom.
Man, I'm a little over the top tonight. Let me calm down. All right, let's go to Robin. Hey, Robin, how you doing?
Good morning, Bishop.
Robin.
What's going on,
Good
girl?
morning, Pastor Nick.
you doing?
How y'all doing this morning?
Doing great.
Doing great. Not getting in any trouble.
Of course.
I want to first say it's a pleasure to speak to y'all today. I missed you as always.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't able to make it to the Power of God, but this Power of God really was an awesome one, especially Pastor Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch him a long time ago, I think when I started coming to Bethany. But what I like what he said, and I wrote it down, God's been on vacation, Jesus was on vacation, but the Holy Spirit, the only one who never goes on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Faith can't start until, something is finished.
That's right.
And that right there, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a lot of sense. But when he did the envelope with the lady,
Yeah.
the plan already there,
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What did you think about that statement?
Well, it was appropriate illustration for what he was trying to show us. You know, that she had to believe.
Yep, you have to believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a lot of things that I need to start working on. You know,
Okay.
and I'll talk to you. You know, I'll call you.
Yeah. I called you back.
I know.
Okay.
I got your message, and I called you back and left a message.
Okay.
But now I don't know if Pastor Nick has. You know how sometimes the article comes to your phone, news. But Pastor Nick, have you heard of the what's his name, the Orr story, where it said based on court documents obtained by NBC News, Orr said that the film's portrayal of him as a black teenager experienced homelessness and drifting from school.
Yeah.
It says that but the premiere of the movie, the premise of the movie, that he was adopted is inaccurate.
Oops. That movie, The Blind Side.
Blindside, okay.
That came out. The family, he's saying he assumed he was adopted, that they adopted him.
Okay.
Come to find out, they never really adopted him.
Okay.
They were getting some money, of course, from the movie and stuff, and he wasn't getting appropriately paid for movie and etc.
Okay.
So they got into a court battle, and I believe he won some money from them because they're the ones that helped get him in Mississippi, the movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was some stuff, some financial incongruities there.
Is
And
he
he went to
having a
court.
hard time financially now?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, regardless of whether they adopted him or not,
yeah.
they treated him supposedly better than his own mother did.
Yeah, and I think his issue was all the money they made from his career and the stuff. They didn't give him his share of it, if I remember correctly.
Did he go to Mississippi?
They were his conservators, and the conservators have. This happened last year.
How many years ago was that?
The movie came out in 2009. Something happened between him and the family.
That's what I think.
And
come on, man.
he was like,
Come on, man.
now, I mean, these were millions of dollars that were owed to him that he didn't get.
Okay.
So he found out the truth of everything.
They had a part of the contract or something that he didn't know about?
Yes, that he didn't know about
Okay.
some of the stuff.
Yeah. So they probably equated whatever amount of money that they contributed to his life, his education and all. They probably tried to create some equal value. And that was inappropriate, I think it's probably principle because he made out pretty good playing, right?
Yeah, he was a pretty good player, yeah.
Yeah, and he made some nice money playing, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably trying to, it's probably a principle more than it is money at this point. And I get it.
Yeah.
But then I wonder why didn't they just, give it to him? And then, are they going to court on this?
Did he went to court for it already? It happened last year.
And what happened?
I believe he did win some money for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I think he's more hurt over the fact that they lied to him
Okay, so there
about
was
the
some
nature of the
behind-the-scenes
relationship.
stuff.
Yeah, because he thought he was adopted,
Okay.
but they just had a conservatorship over him.
Okay.
So he's looking at like, y'all my family.
What's that mean there?
Almost just like a guardian,
But did they
and you
treat
get
him like he was
financially.
family up until that
I don't know all the details of all that.
It appears as though he never contradicted them taking him in, them
And
treating him like a son.
But he was also offended by how the movie portrayed him. Like he was
How long ago was the movie?
2009. But when the movie came out, he was
Okay.
stating he was offended by, because it made him come across aloof when he was really a smart kid.
Okay.
But you can't control that because that's
You
Hollywood.
can be
and they-
smart and have a learning disability at the same time.
Yeah. But I mean, they come across as aloof. He's like, but that's not how he really was.
He didn't seem aloof in the movie to me.
Well, the kid seemed kind of like
seemed trouble.
Just
He seemed trouble.
Yeah.
He seemed, to me, the movie he looked like he was torn between two worlds.
Something happened. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah. I mean,
And
he
he
loved
wasn't
the comfort. He loved the comfort that he was
He
in.
wasn't happy. Yeah.
And he was missing the hood.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have it as much now, but I used to miss the projects a lot. Okay.
Something happened.
All right, Robin, we gotta let you go.
All right, well, y'all have
Talk
a
to you.
blessed day.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Who's next? Somebody help me out. Sharon from Dallas. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Sharon.
I'm fine. How are you?
All right. How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Welcome to On Point. What's going on?
Listen, I wanted to talk about. Okay, I've been watching the debate. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Okay, I've been watching the debate, and I watched Biden.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really getting me is that Trump, I'm going to say it, told 30 or more lies, excuse me.
Yeah, they're trying to ignore that. They're trying to ignore that.
And wait a minute, didn't answer not one question.
They're trying to ignore that.
Okay, but you want to bury Biden. And when Nancy Pelosi went over there to China, whatever that was, and stirred up that controversy, and they were shooting those rockets, Biden stood by her, and they wanted to fry her. Now she's trying to throw him under the bus. So when are the Dems going to start dealing with the situation with Trump? I'm tired of them beating up Joe Biden.
Well, here's what I think, Sharon.
Okay, talk to me.
I'm only 72.
Okay.
It's not hard for me to admit that I have brilliant days and I have intelligent days. There is a difference between the two.
Okay.
Some days I'm tired, and I can't predict when I'm not going to be on my game.
Right.
But I do understand this. I had the same type of life in my 30s. I wasn't always on my game.
Right.
So him flying back and forth, his son and all that kind of stuff, I get that he probably was emotionally worn out. And then they try to load him up with this information so he can respond to Trump or the questions. But Trump never answered a question. And he said some of the most bizarre nonsense that you could say in a debate. But even Democrats are trying to ignore all that. Why? Because I think they're elbowing at the trough. And I think the real underlying unspoken worry is Kamala Harris becoming president of the United States.
Yes, she is.
All right.
She's the elephant in the room. Yes, she is.
Okay. I just
Trump is never going to run on that too. Biden's old. You want to basically you want a black woman to be president.
How old is Trump?
Trump's 78, 79,
How old is Biden?
81. They're not that far apart.
Between the two, only Trump has a pot belly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Only Trump walks like he's tired.
Oh, but in his eyes, he
ain't fit.
He's
He
the
ain't
manliest
fit.
man of
He ain't
the.
fit.
He's the
He ain't fit. You know, no, he's not fit.
he's the manliest man.
No, he's not the manliest man in the world. No, he's not fit. No.
Like he's a Dos Equis guy.
According to Stormy, he wears boxer shorts.
Right.
He ain't no darn sex symbol.
Right.
Come on now. Come on.
Look, I'm 42.
I need to calm down.
I'm 42. I will walk into a room and forget why I walked in there and
Absolutely.
have to walk out. And
Absolutely.
I'm 42.
Absolutely.
I'm not 81.
Or stand there until it comes to you.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't. Then you got to relent and go upstairs and come back down.
Right. Or look for your glasses while they're on your face.
Look.
Phone in your hand.
Phone in your hand looking for it. Come on now. You don't have to be 88 years old to do that. Come on.
Come on, y'all.
And there are times when I have to try to remember people's names.
Yes.
Who I know.
Right, yeah.
Come on now. You ain't crazy because you can't remember a detail.
Yeah.
True.
But something's wrong when you're willing to accept 30 lies, 35 lies in an hour and a half conversation.
Yep.
And watch this. They kept it to 90 minutes because of their age.
Yeah.
They wasn't just worried about Biden standing up there because Biden didn't have any problem standing up there.
Right.
Worried about Trump having to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's what they're worried about.
Yeah. And some people, they turn into pumpkins at certain time of the night. If that debate was earlier, they both would have probably been a little more.
They'd have been better off.
Yeah. Like, come on. It was like, what,
They
8,
had
9
it-
o'clock?
Man, it was too late for old people.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But on the other side,
Yeah.
All right.
do I want someone with no experience, and I still say he has none because they said he didn't work, Trump, or do I want somebody walk into a room full of leaders who understands how this thing works and knows how to pull a lever and not trying to isolate the United States from the rest of the world? And the Supreme Court, something needs to be done. Alito, is that his name?
Alito, yes.
Alito was upset because he had 3 dissents, and he knows that makes the court look ununified, but also brings attention. But then again, they were so smart. The Ketanji Jackson, that's her name?
Yeah, Ketanji, yeah.
Had to bring out that in their ruling, they left a gaping back door open. So now all the courts at the local level can prosecute for the things that they thought were eliminating for Trump. So he's still vulnerable.
He's still vulnerable, yeah.
You know, so they weren't able, they already had the ruling, they already made it law. And she said, look, y'all, while you're being slick, you know, you can be so busy guarding the front door, Sharon, that you leave the back door wide open.
Yep. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Is it hot in Texas?
Oh, it's hot. We're not cool off, it rained. But when I rolled in here from Mississippi, it was 105.
Because they say we're looking at 100 this weekend.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness. I'm afraid for you.
We love air conditioning. Lord, the air conditioning is from the Lord. You know that, right?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
I'm afraid for you.
It's humid out.
God bless you, girl. We'll talk to you soon here.
Thank you all so much. You all have a blessed weekend.
Bye-bye.
And Ken, I listened to the God moments you all had, and I really enjoyed myself.
Power of God. Wasn't it good, girl?
Yes, it was good. I really enjoyed it. So thank you for that.
God bless you now.
God bless you.
Bye-bye. Now, we got Scott on 4. There you go. Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Bishop Evans, Pastor Nick, what's happening?
Welcome to On Point, man.
Appreciate you guys taking my call.
Yeah, I was looking for you last week, man.
Boy.
Pastor Nick, oh boy.
I was looking for you. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one.
Yes. I was going to do the debate thing, but I know you guys got to get out of there. A little sports talk, if I may.
Okay.
What you guys think of moves that the Sixers made so far? Of course, I'll give you my opinion.
Well, who'd they get?
They brought in Paul George and somebody else.
Can Paul still play?
That's my question. You got him with bad knees and B with bad knees.
The blind leading the blind.
It almost sounds like a biblical story, but in the Bible, one blind man leads another blind man. They don't have anything in the Bible about one crippled guy leading another crippled guy.
Nope. I mean, it never worked. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I fell under a rock. But
can Paul George play center?
I don't know.
He's a forward. He's a forward, right?
The force guard / forward.
All right. So one of them goes down, which they always do.
It happens, yeah.
What happens to the team now?
Yeah.
Great question.
And they gave him, I think, a max contract, right?
Yes, sure did.
I liked his game back in the day, but he's aged like the other guys have, man.
Now, if you could say one good thing or two or three, it's better than having Tobias, and I'm better than having Tobias. Number two, you didn't have to give up any assets. You didn't have to give up, anything to get Paul George. But I do like us getting Andre Drummond back. He's one of the best backups that Embiid had. Like we said, Embiid is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Drummond will, because we saw last year, the last few years, he gets hurt or he takes a breather and we go down by 20. Drummond can hope, at least hold the fort down with the center position.
Sure.
And we brought in a guy, I believe, Eric Gordon. He's a little older, but he's a still half decent backup guard. But
Scott,
you still got a long way to go.
Scott, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
What you and Pastor Nick are closer to fandom than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Why do all these choices sound like Band-Aids to me?
Yeah.
Because pretty much they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the ownership, Josh Harris, he's busy buying this team, that team. Of course, he can do what he wants to with his money. Instead of focusing on getting the team better, he's buying the Washington Commanders. He's buying the Jersey Devils and all that.
He making his money.
You got money.
He making his money.
Yep.
You own a couple of professional teams?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
So
the Commanders, the Devils,
so now
Jersey
you guys
Devils.
have just given me the revelation. So he's not as nearly concerned about a championship
Nope.
as he is about the faces getting the people in the seats.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. It's worry about packing the Wells Fargo Center out.
Because these are Band-Aids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're patches that we used to use on clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But these are old patches.
Yeah.
These are wounded patches.
Going on used clothing. Not new clothing, but used clothing.
Yeah. They're bringing like these old vets in, giving them huge contracts.
It's not going to work.
And, but I mean, look.
So what happens? They get hurt. They sit down for 2 years.
Yeah.
They're still getting paid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does that look like a good decision? And haven't we been through this before?
I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All Philadelphia teams have. As a matter of fact, all 4 major sports teams have been through this before.
Yeah.
And you think you would learn your lesson, but nope.
Okay. How's my girl doing?
She's doing good. She sends her love. She's did her assessment test for the Department of Corrections,
All
and
right.
I told her what he need to work on running. So the gym here at the hockey arena I work at, we're gonna start hitting that harder. So even when we don't use the gym, Nia, we'll walk around the neighborhood of violence. Plenty of long streets down there. So
that walking will do it.
yes,
Just
and I need to do the same thing too. So
Just try to stick to 20-minute miles.
20 minutes.
20-minute miles. Try to do a mile every 20 minutes,
Okay.
and then increase the distance, but stay within the 20 minutes. So you do a mile and 20, a mile and a quarter and 20, mile and a half and 20. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right, because you want to pick up the pace, so her heart gets stronger.
Okay.
And her blood pressure goes down. Her heart rate
Okay.
goes down. So when she starts exercising, she won't hit max at 160, 170, 180 as quickly as she would without the walking.
Bishop, this takes me back to good memories with, of course, your track skills and you going to the 10 relays with Deacon Golden. I thought about him the other day, man, and what a guy he was,
the Duke, they used to call him.
Yes. I miss him so much, but we both have had good times with Deacon Golden, and
man.
he just came across my mind, and good man, man.
I got to call Joyce and see how she's doing. Okay,
yes,
man.
I have to get in contact with her too. All right, take care. Love you
Talk
guys.
to you. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right, we're going to Danny, and then we're going to Vincent. Danny is on line 1. Good morning, Danny.
Hey.
Bishop, Pastor Nick, good morning. How's
man.
everyone's staff? How's everyone?
How you doing?
Trying to stay cool.
I hear it's hot in Texas. It's hot in Jersey. It must be hot in Florida.
Our heat index for today is a 110.
Okay, so explain. You're a professional heat person. What is the heat index?
Well, in a climate such as what we have here in Florida, as you know, you have to add the humidity with that.
Okay.
Our humidity is different from anywhere else. If you
Okay.
go on a trip and you come back into Florida, as soon as you get off the airplane, you can tell the difference.
Okay.
You can feel it. It actually comes on you. It's thick. It's a different air.
Okay. Our heat
You
index
start
in
sweating.
Jersey is supposed to be hovering around 100, 101 until tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
I think Monday's gonna cool down.
So, and it has been, and I'm not a humidity person, but I actually did feel it yesterday.
Yeah. Well, that's the heat index is what the temperature feels like to the human body when relative humidity is combined with the air temperature.
Okay, but
So when you
whose
walk outside,
body are you using to measure?
it's true because everybody's different.
Come on, man.
Because like when you walked outside this morning, I was like, ugh.
Come on, man. Come on. What they got like 3 people standing out, one in the Midwest, one in
I
the
have
East
no
Coast,
idea how
one
they
in the West
do
Coast.
that.
How they do that? All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
I just give you
what
that
I wanted
idea.
to talk about, Bishop, and you all brought everything full circle.
Go
as
ahead.
to what I wanted to say.
Be quick now.
First of all-
Be quick.
BET,
Yes,
entertainment. Okay, that's all we're about, entertainment. We don't care anything that happens politically.
Embarrassment.
That affect us one way or the other. The things that's coming up with the elections and what have you, we got to get out and change the situation.
Yeah.
Because the debate, no control over what this man was saying, complete lies and what have you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine things that's happening that he has, especially Biden, that he has brought to the forefront of things that's been going on for years as far as your veterans go, that were totally ignored,
Yeah, I know.
and things that he has done. How long has it been since the Vietnam War?
As long as I can remember.
That's what the 60s, right?
At least 60 years.
Yeah.
I'm being at least 60. They're just getting around because of the fact that most of the veterans are dead from the effects of the war.
Absolutely.
So now they want to pay them off.
Yep. I get it.
And these things that are going on, and a man that stands up there, you know that he's lying,
Of course
and
he
no one
is.
calls him out.
Well, because it's not beneficial to call him out. But here's my problem. why aren't the Dems really focusing on the fact that he spent the debate telling lies? Fact-checking is one of the greatest things you can do.
Yes.
But I'm wondering if there were some things that Biden wasn't completely truthful about his perception of them that could be fact-checked also. So maybe they're not doing that because, maybe he said a couple things that were edgy.
Yeah.
Well, when they fact check what I saw on the news, they fact checked Biden more than they did him.
Well, of
and
course.
he said 30-some odd lies.
Well, they know he's lying. They gotta find the 2 or 3 things that Biden's lying about. Man, we gotta go, man.
Okay.
Tell my sister I said hello.
All right, we'll do.
Bye-bye. Benson,
Hello.
how are you?
How you doing?
Doing great. Welcome to On Point, man. We got about 3 minutes. What's your comment today?
Okay. Well, my comment was about the power of God. My power of God was great.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. How many days were you able to watch?
But I was there. I was there physically.
Okay.
For the work, the classes and the workshops.
It worked for you? Did it impact your life?
Yes, it did.
Praise the Lord. What stood out to you the most?
What stood out to me was the prayer. The prayer is very important to me. When you come together and you pray, you anoint, and it's just the words, the teachers that came, and just pass, just giving us the stuff, the tools that we need. Because when we come back home, there's some things we're gonna be facing.
Yes, sir.
And so I just wanted to just thank them personally for giving us the teachers before us to give us the tools, the prayer, just setting the atmosphere.
Yeah. To me, the worship service was like the icing on the cake.
Yes.
Yes. God bless you, man. What church are you a part of?
I'm part of Vision of God.
Praise the Lord. I talked to your pastor yesterday. He was over the moon about how positively impacted you all were by Power of God this year.
Yes.
Tell somebody about it, man. We believe God has given us something that will positively impact the body of Christ. Tell somebody about it, okay?
I will.
All right, and I'll talk to you again, man. God bless you. Thanks for calling in today.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we've come to the end of another program. Robin, we're going to have to talk to you next week. What'd she say?
I don't know. She got yelled again.
Well,
say it again.
yeah, we see Robin, but she talked to us already. Is this another Robin?
Oh, different Robin.
Oh, different Robin.
Oh.
Hello, Robin. How you doing? We got about 30 seconds. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Taking my call. I am in Delaware by way of Chester.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Good friends with the LeBoux. And know you from Shiloh, Bethany, and the LeBoux and Bethany. And Bethany meaning Chester.
Yes, ma'am.
As well as Bethany, New Jersey.
Yes, ma'am.
That you passed. Just wanted to call and say thank you. I am the sister that called in, and I left a message for you one day. Daughter was on her trying to figure out what law school to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I'm not a member of Bethany, but thank God for you. You broke it down. You called me back and laid it out, and
Okay.
you showed me how when the Lord speaks, how to follow
Okay.
when scholarships and monies are involved. Just wanted to call and say thank you.
God bless
Because
you.
you didn't have to do it, but you did.
God bless you,
And
man.
we're grateful. And we'll look forward to seeing you. We'll come back over just to say hi so that you can see her. She did graduate.
Good.
I don't know, magna cum laude. We all graduated.
Wow.
So we're going to come over there and see you from Penn Law.
God bless you.
Amen.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
So we're doing the same now with the youngest. She's at Barnard in
Wonderful.
New York. Yeah, so she's my up-and-coming surgeon. So we look
Wow.
forward to her. Yeah, we'll bring her. We'll bring everybody, and we're going to come and say hi. And
Come
look
on
forward
and
to
see
seeing
us.
my LeBoux family when I get there.
Come on and see us. We look forward to it.
All right, we love you guys.
Bye-bye
Have
now.
a blessed day.
You too.
All right,
Bye-bye. This has been On Point. Look, tomorrow we're going to have a wonderful day. Prophet Amotan gave us that instruction that we're going to follow tomorrow regarding, how to spiritually clean up our homes. Something definitive. I'm going to teach on it, so it's not going to be spooky. It's going to be spiritual. I'm going to show you why God led him that way and why you need to participate. I was trying to think of something that everybody has, Pastor Nick, regarding their houses. Everybody has a key to their front door. So we want everybody to make sure you bring keys to your front door. We're going to show you the not only that evil objects can be brought into your home advertently or inadvertently. You may have gone out and bought some crystals, some dream catchers. You may have some occult books in your house. You may have a Ouija board in your house. That's the beginning of a conversation, and that's how the serpent worked the enchantment on Eve in the Garden of Eden. It started with a conversation. You may have a book of horoscopes. You may have a dream book, in your home. So we want to make sure you understand that these things gave entrance to that which is not God into your house, and maybe some of the problems in the home began with these issues. So we're going to lock up that thing tomorrow. Protect your home, push out. We're going to show you the benefit of God working through object. Okay? I'm going to show you the biblical basis of God working through objects coming from the anointed body of an individual. Not the object doing the work, but God doing the work through the man or woman of God and the object. So we're going to show you that very plainly. It's not going to be spooky because this witchcraft series has not been spooky. It's been spiritual. All right? So we invite you to join us live tomorrow at 11. Of course, always our 8 a.m. service is virtual. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, we're having our communion. We want you to come out. We're also having our new member orientation at 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock is our new member orientation. If you united with the church in the last 12 months, this is the first orientation we've had since we've been open again. 6 o'clock is our baptism. 5:30 will be our baptism. 6 will start our communion celebration. We need for you to register for the orientation. You can sign up at the 11 o'clock service or call the church at extension 113 to say you'll be at the orientation at 5 tomorrow. We no longer require a COVID vaccination. You know, somebody called me recently and said they had been watching online. And then they said, so, I haven't been because you guys have a restriction on vaccinations and masks. And I said, you've just proven to me that you haven't been watching in a very long time.
Keep it on there.
Just say you haven't been coming. Don't try to put it on us.
Right.
Okay, that's, Our Bible studies are going amazingly well. That's our noonday service on Wednesday, our 7 p.m. Oh, my 28th anniversary? No, I got more than 28 years.
Where's that?
Oh, the 28th of this
20th
month.
Yeah.
Is our pastoral anniversary. I'm looking forward to you being a part of that great celebration. If you're looking for updates, spiritual updates, news updates are text BBC News to 28950. Devotional messages, those inspirational messages you may need during the week, BBC Elevate to 28950. We want to pray with you if you allow us to do so. Send your prayer request to social@go2bethany.com. That's go2bethany.com. social@go2bethany.com. We love to pray with you. Subscribe to our platforms. David G. Evans 1, David G. Evans 1, and BBC of NJ. That's our YouTube. But also DGEMS, DGEMS, and On Pointe podcast platforms. As always, for Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans. We want to see you tomorrow, 11 o'clock live, 6 o'clock tomorrow night for our communion encounter. We invite all our new members to our orientation tomorrow at 5. Remember this now. Faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. For Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans, and this has been On Point.